YouTube sequence should be here with a review of the Shuriken Sentai Ninninger Shuriken Gattai DX Gekiatsu Daioh. So this is our last mecha of Ninninger, and it's certainly a thing. Comments, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but off the top of my head, this is the first 6 mecha or 6 robot or 6 piece. I don't know what you want to call it. 6 piece. It's a combo at McDonald's now. But this is the first 6-piece combiner that I am aware of that just forms a normal run-of-the-mill robot. Like, I know we've had a bunch of 6-piece combiners before, but not quite in one box and ready to go, because we never really had a normal run-of-the-mill robot at the end of a show. So, not really sure what they were thinking with this, but it's actually kind of neat in its own fancy-dancy little Ninninger way. So, as you can see, we have the 6 piece mecha right here. See all them on the side right there. Stuff's all in the box. You can see all the fun stuff. And of course, we have a Automan Shuriken to take a look at as well as the functionality to combine into Haoh Gekiatsu Daioh, because he can sit in that chair too. And we will take a look at that, of course. So let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. So this guy was released in October 2015 for about 8,500 yen or so, give or take, depending on where you picked it up. It was a free price item, so stores can kind of just charge whatever they wanted to, so it'll depend a lot on where you picked it up. But he goes for about 5,000 or so in the aftermarket. That is how much I picked up mine for, so yay, savings. But here is the Automan Shuriken for Gekiatsu Daioh, and of course this does have all 6 of the Otomonins in it, so that is neat as well, just like the Shurikenjin Automan Shuriken as well. So you can just cycle through the back right down here, so let's go ahead and just check those out. I'm tired of that noise by now. Yeah, it does that noise. I'm not even going to attempt to try to replicate that, but it says it after every phrase. So, just, we're going to go ahead and do Hououmaru in the Ninja Ichibanto, just because I've done it in all my other ones, so. Helps if it's on. Yay, everybody. Alright, so first up is Hououmaru, and it's not bad. It's just a little bird, Otomonin, a firebird, a phoenix, etc., etc. Pretty simple. It is very Falcon Ninja Zord-esque for fans of Mighty Morphin Tsubasamaru, I believe, in Kaku Ranger. So it is very much like that. It's like a miniature version of that robot, just minus the legs. It doesn't have legs. That is like really the only main difference in terms of like the articulation of this thing. So very basic, but the clear orange parts on all of these actually look pretty nice, and the red meshes with the blue really well. So there is Hououmaru. Next up is Seiryuumaru. Blue ninjas. It's a cool little motorcycle motif. It's even got little pegs up there to kind of look like handlebars, so that's pretty neat. Wouldn't really want to sit in the seat, though, given what's right there. But, cool little design. Since his main Otomonin is Genbumaru, and it's more of like a Western dragon, this one's more designed like an Eastern dragon, so that's kind of cool. Yakumo's just sort of like just the Dragon Master, so to speak, so pretty cool, but he can roll right on out, and in comes Genbumaru. And he's neat. He's got little tank treads down there. Obviously, I mean, he's just got wheels, but he's got pretty cool little tank treads. The feet are kind of like a whatever up here, and you got the robot head sticking out there, which is there only for the simple fact that it needs that head right there. for when it sits inside Line Haoh for Haoh Gekiatsu Daioh. You need that head there because the shuriken actually fits right in here. So, yeah, so he's always got a little robot head sticking out, but cool little turtle face right there. Not a whole lot else to go on there. You have the dial with all the Ninningers in there because those are little missiles that will fire out when he's Gekiatsu Daioh. So we'll take a look at that function and have some fun, potentially losing some Ninningers in my house. So next, after Genbumaru, if he can move all the way out of the camera frame, is Byakkomaru. Little white tiger. Pretty simple. Doesn't really do anything at all. Just little wheels. This doesn't spin or anything like that. It's just like looking like a 4-leaf clover on his back. He's farting fire. So that's kind of cool. He is what he is. Like I said, he doesn't really do anything that is part of transformation, so I'm not really counting that. But there you go. So there's Byakkomaru. And next up is my personal favorite, Pandamaru. Pandamaru is great because one, it's a panda, and pandas are ridiculously cool. And two, it's got a little spinny thing on its back. So when you're really bored, you can just sit there and spin it. When you have it upright, it kind of locks. It doesn't really lock in place so much as it just doesn't spin as much. So yeah, if you're kind of swinging Gekiatsu Daioh around, that thing isn't going to spin. Compared to when it's down the bottom, you get a little bit more free reign, and it spins a bit. Spinning never works really well on my camera, but anyhow. There you go, there's Panda. He's farting fire too. So, good job, Pandamaru. And then finally we have Magoimaru. Magoi being a carp. These are all kind of mystical animals. And we were like, oh, what's mystical about a carp? But the carp has the legend of, like, when it swims up the waterfall, it turns into a dragon. Magikarp and Gyarados come from that myth for you Pokemon fans. But, yeah, so it's got the gold star, kind of elongated a bit. Cool little whiskers right there. Really neat. I actually like the way this one turned out. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's got little wheels at the bottom. These look like little jet boosters. A submarine! He's a submarine. He's like the Magikarp sub of Team Rocket. So there's that. So there is all 6 of your Otomonin for Gekiatsu Daioh. So let's go ahead and begin this transformation. So first up, you're going to take Byakkomaru and Pandamaru and line up that... And just sit them upright. That's all you do. Obviously, they are going to lean a little bit. So we'll go ahead and move those out of the way. Bring in Genbumaru. Just kind of line up his legs. Just like that. And fold his face down because we don't need it for this mode. So Byakkomaru is going to peg in right there. And that's Magoimaru. It helps if I grab the right one. Pandamaru will plug in right there. It's just simple peg and sockets. It's nothing too intricate and crazy. Seiryuumaru will attach right down there. Magoimaru will, if you have them the right way, attach right there. So you got 2 little fiery things going on up here on the shoulders. Gonna go ahead and take the Automan Shuriken, flip that up. That will peg in right up there. And there you have it. That is it. No, you could literally just stop here. He is a complete robot. He's got a head, arms, legs, torso. He's done. Obviously, Takaharu needs to be included because he's red. So this needs to go somewhere. And the official transformation, you fold that head down like that. And so this piece can fold down, and it will not peg in right there, but it will kind of just go into this little tail slot right there. Again, it's not necessity, I can speak, for that to happen. But anyway, that will grip in there, and his little wings will grip onto the shuriken and form whatever this is. Seriously, I'm not too sure what that is. It's some mystical phoenix headdress or something. But yeah, so Hououmaru is up there. doing his Hououmaru stuff. I don't know what he does in his spare time. Alternatively, if you wanted to, you can unpeg him and actually peg him on top of the Shuriken. Because I can, as you can hopefully see right there if my camera will focus, the Shuriken all have that octagonal sort of design to it, and he can fit comfortably right in there. So you could actually just stick Hououmaru right on top of Gekiatsu Daioh, which honestly just looks just as goofy as him sitting in the back of the head. So that is something you can do. That is actually for Haoh Gekiatsu Daioh's formation, but it is something you could do if you wanted to. Alternatively, you could get rid of him altogether. But there is, there's that. So, hooray, you can stick him there if you want. And it's actually a lot easier to put on Haoh Shurikenjin, or what am I talking about? I don't even know. Hououmaru, it's all the H's, man. It is a lot easier to attach him if the arms are folded a bit, because his wings will get stuck on those little fiery bits. So there he is, and I actually like him. It took me a lot to like this guy. At first glance, it just was like, Daikaio, because his head reminds me a lot of Daikaio from Shinkenger, mixed with a lot of fire and a bunch of mythical animals and a panda. And a carp. Yep. So, yeah, it was really strange, but I don't know, the more I look at it, it's really cohesive. The blue and the oranges really tie everything together, and with their colors being mildly represented by the symbols, and that is it, it actually helps this guy look very, very cohesive, and I actually do like that a lot about the robot. And it's something I kind of wish more Sentai mech would do in their first mecha. Like, instead of being a mishmash of all these colors, to have a more cohesive color unit and then just be accented on the other guns. So I actually kind of like the way that this turned out. Honestly, it's a design that isn't for anyone. Isn't for anyone. This design sucks. It's not a design that works for everyone, but it is one that actually I have grown to like a lot. Actually, I dig it. I dig it very much so. Now, like I said, this does form Haoh Gekiatsu Daioh when combined with Bison King and Lion Haoh. And it is pretty simple, so let's go ahead and jump cut to past me and take a look at that formation. Alright, so over here for Lion Haoh and company, it's the new hit Disney movie. All you have to do is just take Shurikenjin out. That's all there is to him. Nothing else changes in this formation. If you want to bring in Gekiatsu Daioh, then all you have to do for him is to take off the Firebird, Hououmaru, whatever you want to call it, and take Gekiatsu Daioh and make him sit. Just like so. What a surprise. This is so different. One thing that you are going to have to do that's additional is take off the Shuriken. I have tested this. He actually can fit right in with the Shuriken attached. It's not stable, it doesn't plug in properly, but he can sit in there, so you can do that if you want to. But the actual formation has you taking off the Shuriken and flipping this up to reveal an alternate head. And then that way, it can just slide right in, plug into place. You raise up the little controls, and there you have it. You are going to use the Shuriken, but we will use that on a little bit. Take Ninninger off of the head, take Hououmaru, and plop him right there. It'll connect just like I showed previously. And then you take Ninninger, and he will plug right into the little hole, or right into the peg rather, that's on Hououmaru. There you go. It's not really all that thrilling, but there you go. And there's now a bird on top of his head. So take the Shuriken, flip the head up, I already did that. And that will plug right into the circular portion of Gekiatsu Daioh right here. So all you have to do is oh, that took so long. But anyway, if you don't fall asleep during the chant, then you are complete with Haoh Gekiatsu Daioh. It's not too thrilling, it's not a whole lot new, you just have Gekiatsu Daioh sitting in the chair instead of Shurikenjin. The differences are obviously Hououmaru up on top, and the fact the robot's different, and there's a Shuriken up front. Again, that's not really a whole lot new, wild, or exciting, but it is neat that they still engineered the concept for this newest mecha to plug into Line Haoh as well. It took a little bit more fiddling and stuff, but hey, it worked. So there you have it. That is it. Thanks, past me. Now we're back to current me. So all this fuss about big combining robots, and I forgot one of the coolest features about Gekiatsu Daioh, the chest-firing missile Ninninger things. The final attack of Gekiatsu Daioh is the fact that the Ninningers get shot out of these little holes in the chest, and they slash the big monster up, and they land on the ground, and it's like, explosions, fanfare, yay, and stuff. And that's replicated in toy with these little missiles, and I'll show off the missiles a little bit more closely as I fire them. I'm going to actually just fire them straight at the camera because that just seems like a fun idea. So there is a little knob on the back here that you turn that will turn the chest cavity and start firing these guys off. So let's just see if I can hit the camera with any of these. No, other way, other way. I miss the camera every time. So I hit my chest a lot though, so hooray. So yeah, after that you end up with an empty chest, which I think is actually screen accurate. So if you want to display this guy as close to screen accurate as possible, I guess just leave the missiles out. And that might be a better idea anyway, just to make sure you don't lose them. It does not come with any extras of all of the colors except red. Red comes with 2 additional reds because you want more Takaharu. So I guess that might actually been a hint at what's to come in the show, oddly enough. So there's that, but it does come with 3 reds and then 1 of the other 5 ninjas. So make sure you don't lose those other 5. You can lose red, but don't lose the others. But yeah, it's a fun little feature. It doesn't really do a whole lot. It just shoots mildly. It does not even a strong fire or anything like that, but it is something fun that you could do. You can try to set up little figures and shoot at them or something like that. So that's kind of neat. It is what it is. I dig it. Here's a quick look at each of the missiles. They're actually just all the same mold. So you have an instance where like Kinji's missile is not wearing the right clothes because his outfit is different. But so they're all the same missile, but obviously they're just cast in different colored plastics. There's gold. There's pink. There's white. There's blue, and there's yellow. So you can put them in any order you want. They're all the same missile, nothing special about them. But yay, missiles, woo! So yeah, that really does it for this guy. Overall, I actually like him a lot. I didn't pick him up right away because I had budgetary problems at the time, and I'm a little glad I waited because I did get him for ultimately a cheaper price than I did by buying him anywhere else. So it worked out in the end. I paid 5,000 yen for this guy, and I don't really regret it one bit. Sentai mech is always a thing that I know I'm going to enjoy. It takes a lot for me to really not like a Sentai mech. And this guy ended up being a very pleasant surprise. I do not like the sounds in the Shuriken whatsoever. That is a Shuriken that I will be more than happy to not replace the batteries when it dies like all of my other Nin Shurikens have. But I like him. He's cohesive with all of the animals. He's cohesive in colors. The Ranger colors are all accents. And it cohesively works. I said cohesively a lot in this video, but that's like the first word that comes to my mind when I think about this. It actually just works. I like the fire motif because, well, I just really like fire, so there's that. So it does a lot of things right. It's animals, I like animals. It's fire, I like fire. It's a cohesive color scheme, and I like that. My brain likes that. So outside of Hououmaru being virtually useless, I like this guy a lot, and really I guess that's why they only do 5 P-hole combiners, because that 6th one doesn't have a place to go. I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger and attached to the back, just like the Ninja Megazord. Kakure Daishogun, maybe? Hopefully I got that right. I don't remember. Kakuranger was fun though, but anywho. So that is something I do wish, but it's not really a necessity or anything like that, but I think it would ultimately look cool if this guy had wings on his back, because, well, flying is just fun. So that about does it for this review. If you like it, go ahead and blast that like button, comment below, and subscribe for more. So as always, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.